Hello, everyone. Welcome to today's episode of Care Sandwich. I have a special guest, a consultant, Giselle Delgado, who is going to walk us through how to run businesses without the burnout. I'm excited about that one because, we always need more balance in our lives as business owners, and the practical steps are what's going to get us there. Before I bring her onto the virtual stage, I'm going to have you watch this video to remind you what Care Sandwich is all about. Welcome to Care Sandwich, the podcast where we dive into the success journeys of law firm owners across the country. I'm Margarita Eberline, your host and the founder of Marketing Boss, a fractional chief marketing officer firm for law firms. On this show, we'll explore the challenges, strategies, and victories that have shaped law firms and how they wrap every interaction with care. Because we believe that caring isn't just a value, it's a strategy for success. So grab your favorite sandwich, sit back, and let's dig into a conversation filled with insight, inspiration, and of course, a lot of care. Welcome to the virtual stage, Giselle. Fun fact about her as she joins us, you have a degree in chemistry. But before you answer that one, tell us who you are, tell us about your business, and how you help people, and then help us understand the chemistry.
Absolutely. Well, definitely, I love helping people, and my business is all about operations, and it's all about how to help law firms and small businesses make those operations smooth without as efficient as possible, without, like you said earlier, without the burden that it comes from running a firm. Like, how can we make that happen? So that's what I do in a nutshell. And yeah, I do have a chemistry degree. So I basically combine what I learned in chemistry and working for the Coca-Cola company as a chemist, and what I learned from running a law firm for 10 years. And I created my own, business about it. So
And you have the word lab in your company name, right? What's your company name?
Yeah, Business Operations Lab.
There you go. So she has a lab. So tell us your story though. Like, how did you get started in the legal space? Because this is how you and I met, in the legal space.
Yeah.
How did you niche into that market?
Yes. So the way I did it was that my ex-husband and I had a law firm. He's a lawyer. So he asked me to work for him, and I started working for him and I did it for 10 years. And that's how I came in to be in contact with lawyers and law firms. And I basically ran the firm while he did all the law and legal stuff.
That's amazing. And you still enjoy working with attorneys. That's good. So give us a couple of tips, because this podcast, we definitely want to share tips for law firm owners. So give us a couple of tips for law firm owners that they can apply to have more balance in their business and be efficient and work smart and not hard.
Yeah, absolutely. So I think the first thing that honestly is something that's really hard, especially for attorneys who are just starting, is really delegating those things that they're not supposed to be doing, that somebody else at a much less price can do for them. And it can be something very, very simple. Like, I know attorneys that are still picking up their phones. They shouldn't be doing that. I still know attorneys who answer most of their emails and manage their emails. They can find help for that. So I will say that's my biggest thing, like what you're not supposed to be doing that somebody else can do, and that you focus on those things that only you can do. Like, for example, consultations or going to court, stuff like that is what attorneys should be really focused on.
I love it. And you and I are very aligned when it comes to documentation. Here at Marketing Boss, we encourage a lot of documentation, SOPs, when it comes to marketing. Walk us through how you can help a law firm owner leverage some of the freedom, I'm going to call it freedom, that can be afforded through documentation. Because I know one of the fears that law firm owners have, that I hear from law firm owners, is I don't delegate because they're not going to do it the same.
Yes. And I get that a lot too. I've worked with a lot of attorneys, and what I tell them about delegation, it's just not telling people what to do, but you have to train them. And training someone is not only a one-time thing. The way you properly train someone is, first, sure, like, make sure that you sit down with them and you run through the process. It should be written. It shouldn't be just coming from words. It should be in a document. And after you train them, you should have them, you should need to test them, like make sure that they know how to carry out that task that you just trained them on. So, and not only that, they should demonstrate it 3 times that they carried out the task the way you showed them, with the quality standard, with the expectation you had for them. And then after that, you consider them trained. What you're going to find is that sometimes there's gaps in the training. There's going to be questions they're going to have as they carry out the task for the first time. And then you go back to your SOP and you make sure you make it better so that next time you have to train someone, the same question doesn't come up. And as you do this practice over time, you're going to have really good SOPs, and probably one training should be more than enough. But it is a process and it takes time. And that's why it's so hard to delegate sometimes.
So how does your company help law firm owners do these things?
So I basically get integrated in their team for the period of time we're working together, because the way I work as a consultant is not only just to tell you like things that you could be doing better, or it's actually helping you implementing them. So I become part of your team, and I actually do the things that you tell me that you want to implement. I'm the one that does them with you.
That sounds magical, because if I'm a busy attorney going to court and dealing with all the stress that just comes with being an attorney and law firm owner, that sounds magical to me. Because so how can people get a hold of you to learn more about your services?
Absolutely. They can email me. I can put my email in the chat. I have a website too. They can go there, businessoperationslab.com, and they can schedule a consultation with me. It's free, the first consultation. So they don't lose anything, just to explore if there's anything we can do to work together and help.
So how do law firm owners know when it's time to bring somebody in like you? Is it the day they open their law firm? Is it when they've been in business a couple of years? Are there specific problems that they might have where they're like, oh, maybe this is not a people problem, it's an operations problem?
I mean, honestly, the earliest you can bring someone like me, the better, because the longer you've been in business, probably there's a lot of issues that are really hard, and they've been there for a long time. So they're going to be harder to solve. It might take more time to do. So the earliest, the better. That's my opinion. At any point, it's helpful either way.
And what's a big pain point that you feel a lot of attorneys, if they just solve this one thing, it'll free up time and relieve stress? Hey there, I hope you're enjoying the conversation and your sandwich as much as we are. I want to take a moment to share a few words about our sponsor, Marketing Boss. If you're a law firm owner looking to supercharge your growth, our team at Marketing Boss is here to help. We've got over a decade of experience and a proven track record, and we specialize in growing law firms like yours with data-driven marketing leadership. So if you own a law firm and you're ready to get a predictable, steady flow of cases from your marketing, let's connect at marketing-boss.com.
There's a lot of things, but if I have to point just one,
they're very stressed out about a lot of things.
There's a lot of things, but honestly, managing people, that's very simple. Most of them just tell me, I just want to go to court. I just want to write the brief. I just want to file the motion. Like, I just want to talk to the client. I don't want to deal with the people going to PTO and then people being upset at each other.
Oh my God, I can relate to that. Like any business owner, back when I owned an agency, which probably was not the best fit for me. That was the part that I hated the most. Like, why can't people just do what they're supposed to do? Like when they're supposed to do it. Why is this hard? Like, I was like, ah. And that was one of the reasons why I was like, yeah, no, I'm not for the agency space.
Yeah.
But I can relate. Yeah, I have felt that way too.
Yeah. And that to me is the biggest, pain they have. Like they went to law school. They love practicing law, but most of them don't love managing people. And when you have people, then you have to manage them. So that's when I come in and I help them write the procedures and make sure they have an employee handbook and make sure they have expectations clear and make sure people know what they're supposed to be doing and make sure they're trained and make sure that they're corrected when there's a mistake. Like sometimes what happens is they just put a Band-Aid and they're like, okay, whatever, just fix it. Can't do that. We have to find the root cause of that mistake and see how we can prevent it from happening next time. What actually happened that it went wrong? So those are the things where I feel like they wish they didn't have to do. And if someone like me can help.
No, I love that. And I'm gonna ask you a question. If I'm listening to this and I'm a law firm owner and I'm like, yeah, I need to do all these things. Yeah, she's right. Yeah, I should probably call her and get some help. But first, I need to do this, this, and this. But first, I need to go to court. But first, I need to take care of this problem. But first, like, help us overcome that mindset of like being reactive versus proactive.
Absolutely. So obviously there's always going to be something happening. It never ends. So I think that even if it's something really small, and this is how I work with clients, I don't do like 1 year contracts, none of that. I do projects, small things. You need to hire someone in the next month, just hire me to hire someone for the next month. And
Okay.
when I do that, I go ahead and write down the procedure on how I did it. So that way, your result is you're going to have someone hired, but also you're going to have the procedure on how to do it in case you can do it next time and you don't have to hire someone like me. So I don't only do the work for you, I set it up so that you are ready to go next time you have to do it. And we do it by chunks because it can be really overwhelming. Operations is huge. There's a lot of things that go into it. And I prefer to work in small pieces than in big chunks because it
Right.
helps with the progress, I think, in my opinion.
I'm interpreting it like if you're going to start a workout plan, right? You start off with a 30-minute workout, right? And then you build up from there because if you think through oh my God, I have to lose 5 pounds, 10 pounds, or improve my muscle, it can get overwhelming and feel like you're never going to get there. And I think it gets really easy to procrastinate when you're like thinking through, oh my God, I'm here and I want to get here. Let me just wait until I'm ready, wait until I'm ready, wait until I'm ready. But what you're saying is it doesn't have to be all or nothing. You can
Right.
start with one big pain point, reach out to you, get started, and then go from there. This is amazing. What piece of advice would you give to somebody that is in a 10-year maybe law firm where they've just done it a certain way? How would they prepare to integrate somebody like you to maybe come in and like gut like all the old stuff? Because a lot of the law firms that have been around for a while, they have a lot of processes already. And I imagine thinking through, okay, now implementing or incorporating new processes might be different than if I don't have a process and I'm adding a process. So what would you say to somebody like that?
Yeah. So the first thing that comes to mind, because I managed a law firm for 10 years, is that people are usually very reluctant to change when they're doing something for so long. And it happened
So
to
fire
me.
everyone. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
I'm just kidding.
Yeah. Like I remember I had to change a software and they were so used to doing it one way in that other software. It was really hard to convince people. So what I do is I show them the potential of how much better it can be if we implement something like this. That's the first thing I do. Look at the positive aspect of it. Yes, we're gonna have to go through this road to get there, but look at the positive, like what it can look like show them. And that's why I like to start with something small because it's gonna be a quick win and you can
Mhm.
see results quicker than if we do something really big. So the first thing I would say is definitely like talk to your team because all of them are gonna be affected by it one way or another. So actually preparing the team for change, that change is good. And if you change something and then it doesn't work, guess what? You can change it again. So that's how I used to talk to my team to like improve and change things in the firm.
I love that. So you've done this in a law firm on your, so you know exactly, and now you help and replicate this for multiple law firms. This is amazing. Congratulations on an amazing business model. It just sounds like medicine that a lot of law firms need. That's the way I'm feeling it. So I have one more question for you because I could talk to you forever about systems and processes. What is your favorite sandwich? Because this is, after all, called the Care Sandwich Podcast. So we always want to know what our guest favorite sandwich is.
I love it. That's true. So my favorite sandwich is very simple. It's ham, egg, and cheese, and with Puerto Rican bread. That's it.
Nice. So you're Puerto Rican.
I am, yes.
Yeah. Oh, that's cool. So my family's from Mexico, and I had exciting plans to try to make pernil because I love it so much
Mm.
for the holidays. And then one of my kids invited one of his little friends for Christmas, and his friend is Muslim, and I wanted to cry. I'm like, I can't make pernil for Christmas.
Oh my
Anyway, fun fact. But this has been great, Giselle. So if
God.
people want to get a hold of you, we've got your email. We'll go ahead and put that in the description with the podcast notes. Oh, and there it is on the screen. Please send her an email, get started with one project and go from there. Because listen, me, you, and the universe know that the way you're doing things is not the best way for you or for your business. So get some help and get better and don't get overwhelmed. Just start with one project and then go from there. Thank you so much, Giselle, for joining us on an amazing podcast. Thank you all for watching this episode, and we'll see you on the next episode of Care Sandwich. Thank you for joining us on this episode of Care Sandwich. Remember, the way we care for our clients, our teams, and ourselves can make all the difference in our success. Until next time, keep caring, keep growing, and I'll see you on the next episode of Care Sandwich.